From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss is here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump to jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Management schemes and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erica and Marissa have seen it all. From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of I Hate It Here. My name's Erica.
Hi, Marissa.
Thank you for hopping on the Hotmess Express.
All aboard. Welcome to the Hotmess Express. Choo choo.
All right, Marissa, here we are, another week. We did take last week off.
We did.
And then it just always feels like weird jumping back on, right?
We're trying to find our footing. We're like, what does this do? How do we do this?
Yeah, so we were off because I had to travel for work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be my rant this week, Marissa. But I don't know if you want to go in with yours first or you just want me to
go for
get
it.
into travel. Fucking travel.
Yikes.
And I don't, maybe it's the disdain that I have for it from when you and I used to travel so much for work.
Mm-hmm.
When we worked, not at corporate, but at the facility.
Yes.
You and I traveled all the time.
Yeah.
Every other week.
Every other week we were at the airport.
And so we dealt with so many delays, living out of airports, working out of airports. Like we were always in the fucking airport.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's just like the cringe factor from like all those, like always being in the airport that I get, but so my flight was super early. I went into San Francisco, so it was super early. They only had like a couple decent flights, and I'm like, oh, it'll be this one. If not, I'll get there too late because I did have a team dinner that day that I had to try to get to. And so it's just a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
But like people, I just fucking hate people. They're so entitled and just so rude. So luckily, my Uber driver was fucking amazing to the airport. He didn't talk. Thank God. He was not a talker.
Those are the best.
The best. He had on jazz music. I was it was a nice little ride to the airport. And unfortunately, where we live, you and I, both airports are 45 minutes to an hour away from us.
Yes.
Depending on traffic.
Correct.
Like we don't live close to either airport.
No, not at all.
So it doesn't matter which one we fly out of because we're pretty much the same out of it, right? So anyhow, so it was a nice, peaceful 45-minute drive to the airport, get to the airport, and then that's when the nonsense begins, right? Mm-hmm. People that like it's their first time flying, they don't know how to check in, don't know how to get their boarding passes, don't know like. Even though there's tons of people there directing them, telling them what to do, where to go, they're still like confused and like lost, right? And guys, some people hate me for doing this, but I'm a person that always has to check in my bag. I don't like.
That's right.
That would drive Marissa crazy. I don't.
Insane. I'd be like, just put it in the overhead bin.
But I don't reach. That's one of the, first of all, I don't want like running through the airport and stuff. Like I don't want to be dragging my goddamn suitcase, right? I just don't. I have my backpack on. I have, my purse. That's enough shit. And like a hoodie or jacket or whatever, because it's always freezing at the airports, right? And in the planes. So I have to check in my bag. Just because, and I don't like running, like having to haul it around. Plus, I can't put it up. I don't reach.
Girl.
I'm banging people's heads trying to get it up. I'm banging people's heads trying to get it down. Like, it's just, I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess trying to get it in there. And then, like, it's the bins are always packed. Like, the few times that I have actually tried to, the few times that I actually did try to, like, take, carry on with me, they made me check it in. So I'm like, it's a sign from the universe. It's a sign from the universe. I am not a carry-on type of person. So anyhow, check in my bags. Luckily, I'm TSA approved, so that line typically, sometimes not faster. I mean, it's pretty long, but you go faster, I should say.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking off your shoes, your belt, your shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you don't have pre-TCA,
please invest in it. Please.
It's the best $85 you will spend for 5 years. And I love it. I will continue to invest in. I mean, I should actually do global, right? But I need to upgrade. But the pre-TSA, you don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take out your laptops. You don't have to, like, all your electronics out of your back. Like, I just take off my hoodie or whatever jacket I'm wearing, my purse, my backpack, and there we go. We're done, right? So in and out of those lines. Then get to the Starbucks or whatever coffee place, right? Because I need my coffee. Madhouse, always. And people getting wrong drinks. It's just madness all the time, right? Getting wrong drinks, saying their drinks are taking too long. It's just like, just stand back, let them get your drink, and just relax, right? Like, there's a ton of Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and I forgot what other coffee shop is in the airport. Like, but there we have like 3 different types. Like, or go sit down at one of the restaurants, order coffee there. I don't know if I can tell you people, but get it together, right? So get that, go to your gates. Then at the gate, people just like spread out. People have to have their seat, and because I don't want other people sitting next to them, or they're saving seats. They're like rows of rows where it's just one person sitting, so you're walking towards it, but there's bags on every seat.
Oh, the saving the seat. I hate that.
So there you are trying to find a fucking seat, whatever. And then coming, or like if you need to plug in, right? Like you need to do some work or something beforehand. Do not sit at an area if you're not going to be plugged in, like a workstation. If you're just hanging out at the airport, be considerate. Like, why are you hanging out in like the workstations if you're just like sitting there chit-chatting? That kills me.
Well, I'm guilty because I will eventually plug in, just not exactly when I sit down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. But like, you're not like, but you're gonna work. If you're gonna work, I'm okay with it. But people sit there because they don't want to sit
in the regular
areas or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So anyhow, finally find a seat, get on the flight. And it was early, and I had enough time to like land, shower again, like take another body shower, bath, whatever, rest for a little bit before I had to meet everybody for dinner. So I'm like, okay, and I had one of those like sleepless nights, right? Where, because you have to wake up
early. So you're like, I don't want to sleep
every hour. You're like, shit. Like, nope, it's just one. Nope. Like, so that happened. So I was, already kind of irate. So I'm like, I will sleep on the flight. It's almost a 5-hour flight. I will sleep. Guys, no. I don't know what people are eating at this time of day. What type of guest people have this early in the morning. But there was somebody behind or like in front somewhere that was just farting up a storm.
Oh no.
I was like,
I would have lost it. I would have been like, go to the restroom. You cannot be farting up a storm in a fucking sealed tuna can. That's in the air.
Then dummy me, I did not pack, like I didn't pre-pack my backpack the night before.
Okay.
And I usually will make sure that I have a mask in there or something. I didn't pre-pack it, thought there was one in there. I did not. So I had to like sleep with like, or not, well, I couldn't sleep, but like had to sit with like my hoodie up to my nose. Just because it was so bad. Ooh. It was so bad. Finally get to the airport, San Francisco airport, The Ubers are the worst in San Francisco. Finally got one, get to the hotel, whatever, right? But just then had to do it all over again, coming back. I just can't with people.
Eek. That is wild.
I know it's not that bad, guys. I know there's this first world problems. I get it. I get it. Like I look like an asshole right now, and I feel like an asshole bitching about this, but it's just so fucking annoying. I'm just glad though that I did not have delays. I did not have any of like the flight issues that were happening. Because I had some people that were or like team members, I should say, flying out of Philadelphia and one from New York, and it was just a fucking hot mess for them. And thank God that I didn't have those issues. But
yeah, oof.
But yes, that's my rant.
That's, I mean, the airports are a lawless land. You know, there's people drinking at 8 a.m. There's people drinking at 5 a.m.
And that's exactly what I should have done, Marissa. I should have gone to a restaurant and just chugged down a fucking Bloody Mary.
You should have, and then the farts wouldn't have gotten to you. You would have slept like a baby.
I just don't understand. What are you eating that early in the morning to have that type of gas? I don't get it. What is going on with your stomach?
Maybe they were nervous. Maybe they were nervous farts. I don't know.
Nervous flyers.
Nervous flyers. You know, you never know. But no, the airport is a lawless land, and
it is a lawless land.
It's wild to me. Like there's people that are living their best lives, and there's people that are just like, it is what it is, and really live on the edge. Like I am typically a person that gets to the airport about a minimum of an hour before my flight starts boarding, because I always end up getting gate changes and all of these things. So I like to get there about an hour before. I'm not those people that get there 3 hours or 5 hours before. Because there's people that do that. But there's people that live on the edge, and they're like, I get there when my flight starts boarding, and then I just run to my gate. I don't know how they do it. That's crazy.
No, especially in large freaking airports. Like I would pass the fuck out if I had to run through international. Like you just give me pass the fuck out. No, there's no way. Some of those gates are crazy. Oh, Amanda.
Absolutely.
Amanda saying probably some of those recalled cucumbers. I did not know there was recalled cucumbers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep.
All right, Marissa. So what's going on with you? You're like, not that girl.
Well, definitely not airport life, but it's hot. It's too hot now. It was nice, decent weather, and now it's too hot. I feel like every time I go outside, it just slaps me right in the face. And I don't know how I'm going to survive this summer. I'm not going to go outside. That's just the answer for me, because that is crazy heat.
We didn't have that window of like really good weather. Like it was rainy, very rainy this season. And it's like April, early May, very windy.
Yeah.
We had a really good window of like great weather. And I can typically start like lap swimming and working poolside like early March. Not this year.
No. And now it's just hot as fuck. It's just
it's hot as fuck.
It's just hot as fuck.
And we haven't even hit the really hot temperatures.
You will not catch me outside in August. Listen, I will not be outside. I will be inside watching everybody through the window, because that is crazy. It's too hot. It's way too hot. I can't believe it's already like summer break is already here. Like the kids are in their last weeks of school. There's a lot of graduations. Love that for people. But some of these graduation dresses, I'm like, ooh. Some of those wardrobes, I'm like, ooh.
I know. And they not only are they a little provocative, right, for that age group, that demographic, but expensive.
That's my point. It's like, what do your parents do? Because that is crazy, like crazy expensive. You're talking about $1,000 dresses. Like the whole outfit is like between $1,000 to $2,000 on average. And I'm like, girl, me and my little $20 dress that I graduated. from high school would no comparison. It's crazy. It's wild, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so just a lot of like end of school year stuff happening this week for my nephew as well. So I know you're in the same boat.
Yep. But that is my rant. Again, just it's too damn hot. I don't know how I'm gonna survive this summer.
It's gonna be a rant until probably October, girl.
Till November, it's probably November, December. Let's be real here. We live in Texas. Unfortunately. All right. Thanks, Amanda. Looks like she's gonna catch the replay. She's eating at a Viva Villa Mexican restaurant in our honor.
Nice.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Marks and walk.
Marks and walk in our honor, please. Awesome. I think anybody in the chat looks like trying to see if there's anything to catch up on. A lot of people just saying hi. Yeah, I think.
All right. Well, Marissa, today is a Go Flug Yourself day.
It is.
Let's put that up. So we've got Fluggy who's going to join us,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to come in, tell us about all the stuff happening with the zillennials, millennials, what's hot in the world of social media.
Yeah.
So we'll get him up.
All right.
Oh, wait,
I'm gonna play the.
He's not even up yet. Hold on. He's not even in yet.
No, he's in here.
Dial in.
Yep.
He's not in here yet. No, he's not in. But I will have to say, this trip was so itinerary packed that I didn't even get to see Fluggy when I was in San Francisco.
Oh.
All right, but let's get him up here. I know. Let's play his little intro song and get him up here.
All right.
Go flug yourself, it's time to learn pop culture vibes. It's your turn. Millennial, zillennial, what's the buzz? Flug's here to teach you just because. Go flug yourself, it's the show. Trends and throwbacks, here we go.
All right.
Oh, he left again. Oh,
there he is.
All right, let's get him up. Hey, Flug.
Hey guys, sorry, my something was going crazy over here.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying how the universe kept us apart, Fluggy.
Yeah.
Your work schedule was crazy. Mine was so like jam packed that I only had one day that I was like, this is the only day I'm available. Chain.
Yeah, dude. I was excited too, but like work is like slowly like murdering my soul. And like
story of your life.
It's getting pretty bad, and I'm trying to like hold it all together. I'm like not even having time to do station head shows anymore, and like whatever. I think I need a sucrose father, as they call it. But
we all do. We all do.
Don't we all, Fluggy? Don't we all?
But I was sad. I was hoping to show you, more of the city of my my male escort business headquarters. I was supposed to show you, our little cafeteria where all the guys stay, which benches you can and can't sit on. Like it's just like life always gets in the way.
Oh, well, I'll be back in the fall, so we'll plan better and try to make it happen.
Perfect.
But I do have to say, you live in a freaking amazing city. I've been there so many times, and I feel like every time I'm in San Francisco, I do something different. Like I always find something new, always do something different. It is so beautiful there.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't live in San Francisco. I live nearby, but it's great that it's like within arm's reach,
Yeah.
It is a really great city. A lot of, weird stuff, but also a lot of really great art and food and people.
Food.
And,
I was gonna ask, how is San Francisco now? Because I've heard like various different things of like the homelessness and with a lot of the companies pulling out and stuff, that it's not the same. So
it's rough. Like before COVID, the homeless problem was already getting bad, and then COVID just made it worse. And it's rough, you know, like you hate to see people struggling on the street, and then at the same time, there's rich people who have a problem with the fact that there's poor people on the street, and instead of helping them, they just like complain and round them up and move them to other places, which is like so crazy to me. But I don't know. That's just comes with the privilege of being rich and powerful, I guess. But it seems to be getting a little bit better. You know, like don't let it dissuade you from visiting. It's definitely like Erica says, a really cool city full of like a lot of culture, a lot of Latinos and stuff as well. So yeah, you know,
Yeah,
every city has its thing, right?
for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't been in a very long time. That's why I'm asking. I've
Well, come out.
been
I can show you the headquarters.
I don't go outside, Fluggy, but sure.
No, it's
Damn.
cold over there. I had to take sweaters.
Okay, how about you guys come over and then I'll make you guys a PowerPoint and just show you
There you
what
go.
is in the city.
That is more my speed.
All right,
That's yeah.
Fluggy. So we've got you up here. It's
Yes.
another Go Flug Yourself episode. What are we learning about today out in these internet streets?
All right. So today we're talking about something that is very, very trending. Um, but first, I always like to kind of preface things with a question. Erica, Marissa, do you guys collect anything? Are you guys like collectors of any like trinkets or stuff here and there?
No,
I mean,
I throw everything away.
yeah, like I mean, records, I mean, albums, but I don't, yeah, I'm very non-hoardy.
Yeah.
No.
Hoardy, yes. Hoardy, no. But
A letter makes a difference in the word.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, no, I don't. I,
I
I,
um,
no.
yeah, okay, for sure. The reason I ask is because sorry, I was trying to. I just noticed my hair looks insane, so I was trying to
no, it
cover it
doesn't. You
with.
can't tell.
No, you're good.
I need a haircut. Okay. The reason I ask is because um, people are losing their minds. People are going crazy for Labubus.
Oh, yes. Hmm.
So, what is a Labubu? Do we want to play the first clip, Erica?
Yes.
Fans of Labubu have been waiting in line on Michigan Avenue. There's the video there, so we're not making it up. They want to get their hands on a vinyl plush pennant blind box.
I know you lying.
I don't know what that is. The group, they were outside the shops at Northbridge starting at 2 a.m.
What?
One of the first to get into the Pop Mart store, the Monsters Big Into Energy series. And according to the store's website, no one knows what figure is inside each box before you open it. But the items can range from love, happiness, loyalty, serenity, hope, and luck with the secret edition ID.
I guess they just started getting popular on TikTok and the internet. You know how everything on the internet gets popular, and now everybody's just here trying to get them. As they're rare, they're hard to get. They sell out in like seconds online. My boss called them hideous, but I think they're adorable.
No, your boss is right.
The store opens at 10 a.m. At least it's not raining out there.
Okay, first of
Wow.
all, I love the sassy news guy who's like, "Yeah, your boss is right. They're hideous." Um,
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
yeah, so I'm not one to like knock what people like, right? Like I collect figures and like models kits and stuff and as well, but all these trends that come and go and people lose their minds and like make create scenes, it's just like Jesus Christ. And what is your guys you guys saw the little figures, right? Like what is your opinion on the little figures?
I had not heard of what a Labubu was until there's this radio show that I listened to on Sirius. And I guess somebody was on there trying to like talking about it, collecting it for their kids, gave one to the host. Now the host kid got all crazy and is totally into the Labubu. So I'm like, well, what is that? And I'm like, people are going crazy for that. And then we have a friend named Vanessa who is traveling the world right now. So she's on her social media feed is posting like her little Labubu everywhere. Her and her little Labubu. So that's as much as I know about them. I didn't realize that you didn't know what you were getting. Like all that information that we just got off that video, I did not know.
Yeah, so they come in like blind boxes, right? Which are like a separate craze on their own, but it's essentially like you buy a box without knowing exactly which one you get. Um, but like, man, like society and like the world and like people really blow my mind, right? Like, I feel like we've been watching like society jump from like trend to trend in the last like 2 3 years, but in like such an extreme like form. Like a year ago, right, it was like the Stanley Cups. Like people were like up in Target at like 6 in the morning fighting, like literally like fist fighting over Stanley Cups. And Erica, if you want to show clip number 2 here and see how people are acting for these Labubus.
Okay. This is wild. Okay, so for people who are just listening, it was a bunch, like a ton of people. It was like a huge crowd of people running, pushing, pushing
Were
themselves,
they,
like trying to get to a
were they
barrier.
running though? They were more like brisk walking. Like that was not.
They
I thought
were
I was gonna see like Black Friday shit. You know what I mean? At Walmart in the '90s. Like that's what I thought
well,
it was gonna happen.
I call it kind of like a polite charge of people running towards the store.
Yeah.
I actually had found this other clip, but I think they deleted it. I don't know why, but it was essentially like cars like running lights and signs and just like across parking lots to get to like the front of the
Sure.
store, right? And it was like insane. They were all like charging, and yeah, I mean, they probably deleted it because it was like unsafe behavior, but but
And how
I
much
wanted
are
to.
they?
Like yeah. What's the
The
value
price
of these
range.
things?
They're literally just like little vinyl figures that are designed by a company called Pop Mart. They do a lot of like little, just like collectibles and stuff, right? Um, for whatever god fucking damn it reason, like these Labubus in particular have been like the main point of like, I don't know, like popularity. I
Mhm.
think they're relatively ugly, but I know a lot of people think they're like adorable and all this stuff. But people are losing their minds, um, to the point where it's like concert tickets, right? Like right now, like say Billie Eilish, like announces a tour, you go and buy tickets, and within like 5 minutes, they're like all gone, and then people are reselling them right away.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
That's what's happening with the Labubus. Like, um,
I mean, in this economy, who can afford the nonsense?
yeah, and each one is like $40.
What?
Because yeah, because they're like a pretty good size, I guess. But then they're also
Mhm.
like high quality, like material and like stuff like this. So they're like $40. Um, and then of course this is prompting people to resell them for like 80, 100, $120, $140.
Mhm.
I know one girl, not gonna say her name, but like I know one girl who bought one recently, and she didn't even want to tell me how much she paid for it because it was that ridiculous. And
That's
And then,
so,
and so
crazy.
you're gonna. I mean, and what's crazy is that they're gonna love the Labubu for what, a couple months, and then it's gonna get stuck in a drawer, closet, some sort of like fucking corner of the room, and just collect dust.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. Like, where is everyone's Stanley Cup right now? In their cupboard somewhere, right? Like collecting dust, and like they probably haven't used it in like 8 months or something. And I think that's kind of like the main thing, I was like shocked. There's just like people's collective like craze and like hysteria over something that the internet decides is like gold, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird how like I don't know how just a group of people, but I don't know.
I mean,
I just wanted to.
that happened when I was growing up, right? For me, it was the Cabbage Patch dolls,
Mm.
right? My mom had to fight people at I forgot where. I want to say maybe like a Kmart or some shit like that to get my or
Right,
Toys R Us or something to get my sister and I a Cabbage Patch doll.
right.
And what I
That's a
do
that's
2
a
weeks
real
into
mama
it,
right there,
I
though.
tried to trim it and poop, I cut her fucking hair off.
Oh no.
Well, would your mom ever go this far? You think, Erica? Do you want to show the photo I sent you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They
So
broke into someone's car?
somebody left their Labubu in their car, um, and somebody noticed it was in there, and they broke the sunroof of the car to get it, and stole this person's Labubu. And if you could see, actually, the location here, Santa Clara, that's actually like a few miles from where I live, so I know exactly what mall they're at. but but yeah, I mean, like your mom would probably never do this for a Cabbage Patch Kid, right, Erica?
No, but like, what's the resale value for like a used one? Do you know what I mean?
Um,
Like,
well,
that's
it's
crazy.
I don't know how you would use one, but I mean, I guess like
No,
an open one, you mean?
they stole, right? They got into that car. They stole one that's already been unboxed, and like you don't know if a kid was snotting on it or like where that fucking Labubu's been, right? You don't know. Um, so
Well,
like
that's
what like are they keeping like somebody who went to that length to like keep it for themselves, or are they stealing it so they can try to resell it? But like, what are you going to resell it for? Like, don't you need the box and all the things to like actually get a good price for it?
I think people are straight up just stealing them to have them. Like
Is it like a status thing? Like I have one.
I don't know, it's like obsession. My girlfriend, I think, told me that she talked to someone who had one hanging on her purse, and then suddenly it was gone. Like someone took it.
Someone took
I
the Labubu and not the purse? That's wild.
Yeah, like, and she says that she thinks she was just there and someone just like kind of came up and like clipped it off, um, which is insane.
Adam's asking
Um,
when is Labubu and Stanley Cup dropping their
It's
collab.
coming. It's coming.
I think there'd be actual riots about that.
Oh my god.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like the current craze, the current obsession for people. Um, And then you gotta wonder how much people like actually care. Like that lady in the news video, actually, like the one that they were interviewing, she was kind of like, I don't know, they were popular on the internet, so I got one. It's like, oh, so do you like not really care for it, or like you just got it because they're popular?
Right? Just because
Um,
everybody else is doing it? Come on,
Yeah.
lady.
yeah, it's weird. And then what's funny too is that like right now they are so difficult to get that you see people like on the internet saying like at this point like I don't even want to collect them, I just want one. Like I just want one and I'm done.
Oh
um
wow.
and then I saw this other TikTok that I for some reason couldn't find again either, but it was a mom making her like daughter a Labubu out of like paper.
Oh no, homie Labubus.
which
Oh.
which I believe fake Labubus, they call them Lafufus. So there's So yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on that, just because like it's this weird middle ground of like this is dumb as hell, but then also
Mhm.
like not wanting to like knock people for what they like, what they're into. Like trends are trends for a reason, right? Because people like them. But at the same time, you look at those long lines and those people running, and you're like,
But
y'all are dumb.
I think there's a difference though, right? Because there's okay, this is a trend, but people getting their car window smashed in, property stolen, like that's crazy to me. For a
Yeah.
little doll that do you see what I'm saying? Like to me, that's like Cabbage Patch, Beanie Babies type
Mhm.
craze that I never understood. Um, I don't get it. I think that's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it maybe like that's what I'm asking? Is it like a status thing? Like, hey, if I have one, then I'm part of like this elite group of people that has these things. Or is it like everybody wants one, like the Stanley, right? Where everybody wanted a Stanley, but there was a like you could eventually get one. Like you didn't have to go around
Right. Right.
breaking
Which is
windows
probably
to grab one.
which is probably gonna be the case with the Labubus in like 6 months. They're just gonna have like an overabundance of them.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
like, I understand. Okay, I'm not again like you. I'm not trying to. If people want to go for that and collect and wait in those lines, like that's on them, right? They can do that. I just don't understand doing that for something like a Labubu. Like I understand people getting in line and stuff like that for like a PlayStation,
Right.
right? Because they're going to be using that for a lot of years, get more usage out of it than what they will Labubu. So
Yeah. Exactly.
I love
but
how non-judgmental both of y'all are. I'm judging. Like that's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, I'm judging pretty hard too, but like I said, like I collect my own things, right? Like
Mhm.
I have stuff that I collect as well, so I can't like judge too hard. But at the same time, for example, like I collect Pokemon cards, right? Like my whole life I've loved Pokemon. It's just like I was part of that generation. Lately, Pokemon cards have become so hard to get. And I think I'm too lazy, right? I'm too lazy to go out of my way and fight to get Pokemon cards to the point where I'm
Yeah.
just like I guess I'm not collecting Pokemon cards anymore, right? But yeah,
There,
I don't know.
you hit the nail on the like I was about to say that the nail right on the head. I don't think I collect stuff like that because I'm lazy. Like I don't like I don't want to fight people. I don't want to get in those crowds. Like there's nothing. I don't think there's anything aside back in the old days when you had to get your like concert tickets at an actual like venue.
Venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever lined up for anything like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have anything like that I'm like I have to have this like right now
Mhm.
that I'm gonna like briskly walk to a store and be in a group of people. You know what I mean? Like,
Briskly,
Like even like Black
yeah,
Friday, all that stuff. Not down for that.
yeah.
I'm not down for it now, but did I do it when I was little? Because and I mean
Well,
you
'cause
have people going at it. Like my dad fought some people. Like he threw hands for a blender.
well, that's because your parents dragged you when you were little, right? We had no choice,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, I went with my mom and my aunts because we were too little. We couldn't be left at home, like, had to be dragged around all Black Friday. But as soon as I was able to not go, I was
Yeah.
like, I'll stay home. Thanks.
Dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
that Latino kid struggle of like your parents not trusting you enough to leave you at home alone is so real. Like that's why that's why I'm so jealous of like white people because they just like, leave their kids at home.
They
They don't
don't
care and
care.
they're just like
They're
it's
like,
chill. But
No.
but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, I get it. Like yeah.
that's crazy.
But stuff like this always reminds me of that weird ass Arnold Schwarzenegger Christmas movie, Jingle All the Way, where they're like fighting over that action figure. um, but yeah. Um, so yeah, thank you
All
guys
right. Well,
for
thank
your
you for
info.
telling us about Labubus
Yeah.
again. Like I said, I had seen them, like I knew of them, but I didn't know really like the background or anything about them.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen them on the internet, but I just didn't know it was such a craze. I didn't
yeah,
Mhm.
know any of this. So
yeah. Pretty crazy.
People fighting
yeah.
for the Labubus.
People fighting.
All
People
right, Plaggy.
struggling.
So we've got our music, your music, top 5 trending songs that you found.
Yeah, and I feel bad. I was listening. I mean, I've been listening to the playlist, since I made it. But I felt bad this morning because I realized, like, damn, this batch is rough.
It is
But
bad.
but we're gonna.
We'll get to
we're-
that because there was one song that I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, I think I know which one it is. Um, All right, so yeah, we can move into it. Um, do I have my? I do have my signs. All right,
Yay.
here we go. Number one, we have "What I Want" by Morgan Wallen featuring Tate McRae. I'm realizing how often Tate McRae comes up in my music review section, to the point where like I'm kind of starting to get into her a little bit.
So she,
even even though the first time I like talked about her here, I was like, she sucks, she's boring. But I don't know, she's kind of growing on me a little bit. But that's kind of besides the point because this song by Morgan Wallen is pretty like whatever. I'm hating that I'm needing to like acknowledge country music now because it's like everywhere. Every like top, trending list you visit, there's a bunch of country on there. And as a music lover, I can't fully ignore what's trending, right? Like
Mhm.
as even if it's like stuff I don't like, I like to be in the know. So I do listen to some of it, but god damn, it's kind of rough to get through some of these songs.
Adam will listen
Um
to your review.
oh,
I do
speaking
have
of
to
which,
say, I wonder if there was a lot of country trending because they do the like their country version of Coachella. Has that happened yet?
oh yeah, Stagecoach or whatever the
There
hell.
we go. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so. No, I mean, I feel like country's been going up the last like
No,
Yeah.
no, but I
four.
mean, you pull these are the top trending songs on TikTok, right? Or
Um,
just or on
like in
Spotify.
general, Spotify. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe because
yeah,
like more of it was being streamed like country because of Stagecoach. Who knows?
true.
But yeah, no, I
Well,
know country's been on an uptick because
Mhm.
that's not my jam. That's not my
yeah,
genre.
and that's coming from two Texas ladies.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give. Okay, so this song, as kind of dumb as it is, I didn't hate it the whole way. I will say I enjoy the chorus. I enjoy kind of like the melody of the chorus, kind of like the way their voices moves through it, and only because of that, I'm gonna give it a mid because the rest of it is just kind of like weird. Also, kind of not super tied into, but like I hear Morgan Wallen is like super like Republican, and he better not be racist
He
considering
is.
he used like
Yes.
a hip
Nope.
hop
He
beat
is.
in this song. But yeah, whatever. He can he can eat ass.
He can eat
Um,
ass, and he's super Republican, super MAGA, and for that I couldn't listen,
yeah,
couldn't give him that streaming 1 cent or a half a penny or a quarter of a penny or whatever he gets from my little stream. No, I'm lying. I did try a little, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. It was country, and I have to give it trash,
a quarter of a
trash,
penny.
quarter of a penny, whatever they get
Quarter of a
for each
penny.
stream. But yeah, no, it was trash, trash because it was country, trash because it was him. And I mean,
Yeah,
I just shouldn't just say country because I've listened to some songs that are okay. There's some country artists that I like, but
Yeah.
yeah,
him, no,
yeah.
no, I'm
Every
out.
every genre has its merits, but I don't think Morgan Wallen is one of them. But he's really famous right now, so whatever. All
He
right.
is.
Speaking of country, we're moving on to number two here, which is called "All the Way" by Big X the Plug, featuring Bailey Williams or something. I forgot to write
No.
his name for some reason.
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman.
Mhm.
Um, this song is so weird. It's so fucking awkward. It's like it's a country song, but then this guy, Big X the Plug, is like rapping over it, and he has this really kind of like cartoony, deep voice where he's like, and it's so awkward. And then the chorus is sung by the country guy whose name is Bailey, which is kind of funny. And it's kind of just like a generic like country chorus, and then they go back into the deep voice rapping, and it's a mess. It reminded me of like
It's a mess.
it reminded me like
Yes.
15 years ago. I think I mentioned this last time, like that era where random rappers were just hopping on pop songs for the sake
Hmm.
of it, which is such an awkward thing to do, but whatever. I thought the song was terrible, and I thought it was a trash song.
I have to
Agreed.
agree. Like
Agreed. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I,
And you
Pretty
guys,
I
much.
feel
for
like they've done this tried rap with country crossover before, and it's just rap with anything else. It just doesn't do well. Like just let it be. It
Yeah,
was
it's I won't discredit like mixing genres, right? Like for example, growing up, one of my favorite bands was like Linkin Park, where they were mixing hip hop and like metal. But they were doing good, doing it well. Where as opposed like there's songs like this where it's like this should have never happened. Like this should not have even like crossed your mind to do.
yeah.
But yeah, very awkward song. Erica, what'd you think?
trash. Trash. I'm sorry about that. But I, forgot to ask the chat. I don't know if you all listened to the list. I
Yes.
shared it on IG. So if you guys did have an opportunity to listen, let us know in the chat what you thought.
Rate it. Rate it with us.
Yeah.
Trash, mid, or fire.
Yeah, I will start. We did that last month, and moving forward with Fluggy when he does his Go Flug Yourself, I post the playlist a couple days before, so everyone can listen in and vote along with us. But yeah,
Yep.
no, I'm gonna say trash.
Trash. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. And then speaking of trash and genre mixing, we have landed at track number 3, which is which is Caramel by the band Sleep Token. Okay. So, like I said, there's absolutely no problem. There's no issue with genre mixing or genre blending, right? Like if you know how to do it well, it can work out really well if you're creative and professional about it. It can work really well. Sleep Token are a band who mixes like pop R&B, metal, like general rock, and they do it atrociously, in my opinion. This is a terrible band. The only reason I like that this song Caramel exists is because it's a great example of how not to do what they're doing. And I know Adam agrees with me because we talked about it on Instagram. But yeah, there we go. Trash. Oh yeah, might as well trash right now. So this song is so fucking awkward. Like, it starts really like slow and somber, which a lot of their music does, boring as hell. They have their little synths and pianos, and this fucking guy is singing in like the most annoying, like wannabe, like sexy type voice. I don't know. He's like, her, her, her.
It's a wild song.
It's stupid. And it like a minute into the song it switches into kind of like a reggaeton beat, which is what the fuck, like what's going on? And then it continues into like a rock song. It goes back into the somber little like emotional part. And then out of nowhere, there's like a super heavy like metal breakdown like right at the end. And he's like screaming, like the guitars are like loud as hell. Like it makes zero sense. The way that they made the song is like I said, atrocious. It's from their newest album called Even in Arcadia. And if you want to like torture yourself for some reason, I would suggest like going through the album because there are so many parts that are just like so laughable and stupid and trash and uh yeah, I think they're terrible. If you guys follow me like on my main Instagram, I've been like complaining about them quite a bit. Um and I've also been on TikTok like messing with their fans because so like you guys don't
Like
listen to
stirring
Or
problems
the
over there.
pot. Yeah.
Uh,
you guys don't listen to metal, right? So you probably don't know, but this band is actually like huge right now. They're like top of the metal charts without even being like full metal, and people are starting to complain like, why are these guys here? These guys aren't metal. And their fans are like, no one said they were metal. Who said they were metal? And it's like, you guys did. You guys said they were metal, and now they're here and then in the way. Um, Oh yeah, but I've been messing with their fans. One thing I found out is that they hate if you call the singer by his real name. So in the band, they all wear like these stupid masks and like costumes. And the main guy, he goes by Vessel, right? And he's like mysterious and like weird or whatever. And
So, so now I gotta Google. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm Googling now. Hold on.
I found out that if you call him by his real name, which is Leo Faulkner, his fans lose it and they yell at you in the comments, and they keep deleting my comments, which is kind of annoying because I want to keep arguing with them, but I guess I can't have it all. But yeah, sorry, that was kind of a rant.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling up an image so that everyone can see. So this might be like the lead singer, I guess, but
Yeah, that's him.
ooh, there we go.
And their aesthetic, like their costumes, does not match the music they're playing. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I thought you were going to say they don't match each other. I'm like, atrocity. They should at least look uniform.
Tragedy. But yeah, and then the last criticism I'll give about the song, the theme of the song is one of the themes I hate the most in all of music, which is like I'm famous now and it's hard and I don't like being
Oh,
famous. Like dude, you
like
knew
Chapel
you
Road.
yeah, as much as I love Chapel, sometimes I'm like, girl, chill, like relax.
Yeah.
It's not that serious. But I hate when people, especially like a lot of rappers do that, right? Like, oh, back in the day, like life was simple and all this stuff, and now I'm rich and famous and I hate it. It's like, okay, well, you kind of know what comes with the territory when you get famous. But yeah, that's the end of my long rant about that song and that band. I would like to
Like
know what you
he
guys
let it
think.
right out. He
I
swallowed
know.
it for Sleep Token. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, trash.
trash.
Trash. I
Versus.
was confused as why they were fucking yelling at me mid song. I put this in the background while I was working, and then all of a sudden somebody started yelling. I kid you not. I looked around. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
And exactly, and like I love metal music, right? Like Erica, sometimes I do my metal shows on Station Head when
Hmm.
I can. I love metal. It's like one of my favorite genres. This is ridiculous
Well,
metal.
my
It's
oldest listens to metal. He's a
for
huge
real.
yeah. He's a heavy metal
Damn,
lover.
your son's cool as hell.
He has his moments, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I sent that to him. I was like, "Can you listen to this and let me know?" Because again, I don't listen to heavy metal at all. So I was
Yeah.
like, "You tell me because you know this." And he was like, "What is this trash?" And I was like, "Okay." I thought it was me.
Good answer.
Yeah, he did not like it. No.
All right.
He's I mean you don't have to say his age, but he's like young adult age, right?
Yeah, no, he's 16. Yeah,
16. Okay.
yeah,
So that's good for him because I feel like that's what a lot of their fans like. I feel like that's what their age range is. So I feel like they're more susceptible to like the nonsense.
yeah.
So good
To
on
little
him.
incel kids.
Yeah.
Well, I
No.
know he was, he knows loves Metallica. Like he's raised on 80s, 90s music, so 70s,
Nice.
80s, and 90s music. So
What a champ.
yeah.
All right, Flaggy. Moving along. What is number 4?
All right, number 4 is More to Lose by Miley Cyrus. And don't worry, Erica, I'm not here to trash one of your faves.
Finally.
The the song itself, like
It's
instrumentally, musically, is pretty forgettable in my
mhm.
opinion. However, I do have some praise for Mrs. Miley Cyrus. One of the main reasons I don't like her is because I don't like her voice. I don't like the way she sings. But in this song, she's sounding pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. She's sounding like that chorus, the way she sings it, it sounds pretty awesome. Um, Never expected to be okay with a Miley Cyrus song, but this
Mhm.
one I'm gonna give it a nice solid mid, I think.
Good. Okay.
Marissa.
Mid. I like Miley. I love her,
Mhm.
but I like her in her Wrecking Ball flower. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
to me that's her that's her that's where she shines.
Mhm.
I do agree that her vocals sound great. They do mesh very well in the song.
Hmm.
but if it doesn't have that characteristic Miley voice,
Right.
that if I didn't know who was singing it, I could have been like, oh, some other pop girlies singing some song. So it
Yeah.
was good
Yeah.
for me.
For sure.
I love Miley, but this was in it. It was mid. It wasn't complete trash, but this just wasn't for
Mids
me.
all
Yeah,
around.
so mid.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, not the worst, not the best. Like, every artist has them. So
Yeah.
yeah, smokers cough voices, Adam. By the way, Adam, weird time to tell you this, but I did sign us up for the 100 men versus one gorilla tournament next month. So
Nice.
start stretching, start working out. We're gonna be there, bud.
Uh,
All right, and then we're moving on now to our last track here, which is "Back to Friends" by Somber.
mhm.
I have never heard of this artist or band before.
Yes, you have.
Um,
Yes, you have.
I have.
Yes. When Adam and I used to do uh, ammo to emo, we played a lot of his songs on the emo side. Yeah.
Ah,
So you have.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I really like this song actually. It was like I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like mid 2010s like indie kind of mixed with like more like Harry Styles like type of a vibe. Um some parts of it do remind me of the 1975, that band, which I hate.
Hmm.
I think that band's terrible. But I don't know. I thought this song is cool. The vocals are cool. The instrumentals are cool.
Hmm.
The production is really good. It has kind of like a slightly lo-fi production to it, but still like a really like round sound to it. And like I said, I didn't really. I guess I just didn't know the name of the artist or whatever. But I thought it was great. I'm gonna give it a fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric?
You know what? I didn't listen to the song more than once. I'm sorry, Flaggy. Work's been kicking my ass this week.
No
Um,
way. Me
so I
too.
listened to the music, and it was. I like Somber because he's got like a pretty. I love a sad bop. Uh,
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
he's a sad boy with the sad boy tunes, and I am down for that.
Yeah.
I think he has better, so I was going to say mid.
Okay. Well, I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to deep dive him then, because maybe I know more than I think I do by him.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'll
we've
check it
I
we've
out.
think you
definitely heard.
have. Yeah, I think it's one of those artists where you've heard of them, but you just don't put a name to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely a sad boy bop. Mid. I think this one was mid too. I think I've heard better songs from
Yeah.
Somber as well. Not the worst, but
Mhm.
definitely not one of his best either.
Okay. So mids from both of you.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. I thought it was good. It was
You
like
know
the
what?
only.
I did one run through. I will have to go back again.
Yeah. Maybe
Um,
maybe it was because I
maybe I'll.
compared.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because compared to these other songs, like that was the only like relatively good one. But
Yeah.
but yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. And then, like I always do at the very end of our music review, I like to give a little recommendation of my own. There is a band called Hundredth.
100th.
Hundredth.
Okay.
100. Okay.
I think they're British. They're not new. They've been around for a while, but they actually used to be kind of like a melodic metal band. Over the years, they've actually been toning things back, and to the point where now they're kind of like a indie rock pop band. And their new album called Faded Splendor is
The
really good.
graphics here are so top notch.
I love it.
Yeah, their new album Faded Splendor came out on Friday. I think it's super fun. It's upbeat. There's a lot of like kind of like I said indie rock bangers on it. So definitely check that one out if you guys are interested. So yeah.
All right, Flug. Well,
Awesome.
thank you for another installment of Go Flug Yourself.
Of
Yes.
course. I'm
We
gonna, yeah, it sucks that it's over. I have to go back to my terrible life, but it was fun.
Shut up. You hear one somber song and you become a sad boy.
I know. His
No, he has
outro is
nothing.
gonna be that one.
If anything, he helped. It's work that's ruining my life, but whatever.
I think we are all in the same boat, Flug. I think right now, I was listening to Anthony's show on Station Head before this, and he was talking about like work is kicking his ass. Work is, I'm really like overwhelmed right now. So is Marissa's getting there. Well, I mean, I have to take it back. Not overwhelmed like we were when we were at corporate, but like, like I'm busy. But it'll ease up, Flug, hopefully.
Yes.
I hope so. If not, like I said, I'm gonna find myself a sugar daddy or start selling pictures of my toes, or maybe if Adam and I win the gorilla thing, we'll get the prize money.
I was gonna say prize money. There you go.
And then we can use that prize money to travel to London and do the Lily Phillips versus 2000 men.
Oh yeah, she did the 1,000. Not Lily Phillips. Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie
did the 1,000, which we'll talk about next. I hate it here.
Yeah.
But
wait, you mean do her or be part of the crew? I'm so confused.
It's in the moment thing. I think when we're there, we'll figure it out. I'll let Adam do the decision making on that one.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, Flug. We appreciate you. We appreciate you putting together this list of music and story for us. We love you, and we will see you next month.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
love you guys.
Bye.
All right, Marissa. So bummed that I didn't get to see Flug in real life this
I
time around.
know.
Definitely will have to schedule myself longer in San Fran when I'm there in the fall so I can see him.
For sure.
But that's it. We've wrapped it up. We didn't go too over this time with Flug.
I know. Look at us coming together. Love it.
All right, Marissa, let's clean up. Let's do some housekeeping.
Yes. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. Really appreciate it. Fluggy is always amazing. Thank you for teaching me what a Labubu is. I still don't know that I fully grasp it, but thank you anyway. And the song recommendations. If you want to participate in any of our shows, or if you want to collaborate with us on any of the I Hate It Here regular shows or the morning after, or you have a story that you like to share, you can always reach out to us on our Instagram handle, and that handle is
at I Hate It Here HQ.
Awesome. Erica, any other housekeeping items that you have?
Nope. I'm telling you, work's been so busy that I have not been able to even do my my Station Head music show for the last month because I've just been busy at work. Well, I was free one Friday, guys, but I was very lazy and I did not want to I don't want to put a list together.
Yeah.
So
it's
that
okay.
was my bad.
It's all right. It happens. But again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your time. And we'll catch you all here next Thursday for a regular I Hate It Here show or in one of your shows. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erica and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erica and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall balls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erica and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.